welcome you back live to the Brevard Sports Network. Live on YouTube now. Facebook, from what I can tell, is down. Someone needs to call up Mark Zuckerberg and get that sorted out, but that's not our job right now. In the time that was missed, a lot of turnovers, a lot of steals on both sides. Since then, I think when we headed out, Viera was up by 11. Now their lead has been diminished to 5. It's 29-24. Viera still with the advantage. We welcome you all here to YouTube as nearly having another turnover there. 3-on-1 push for Holy Trinity, and Alex Christian gets the steal and a 1-on-3. What a play, drive through the lane. Kamar Plain with a nice layup with the contact started by the nice play by Mark Christian. My mistake, Mark Christian on the defensive end there. And Viera leads by 7. It's 31-24. And another steal for the Viera Hawks. Cooper Keith takes it away. Pass on the wing to McGee. Drives through the paint through a double team. Gets through the contact. Gets it to go. 4-2, and Viera's lead back up to 9. McGee wants the foul there. Won't get it. Gets the bucket regardless. Under a minute to go now in the first half. 33-24. Viera leads. That floater is short, and I'm going to hope that was a pass on that shot. Back outside McMillan. Pump fakes. Three-pointer. No good off the front of the rim there for Jalen Hall. Rebounded by Amari Savage. And we get a foul call on the floor there on Viera. Checking in for the Hawks will be at Brooks Harris. And again, sincerely apologize for the technical difficulties we were having in the time missed. But unfortunately, when it says you have good service and Facebook's down, you don't really get a notification there. So not much we can do in the moment until we figure things out. Pass to the inside. Hook shot off the rim, no good. Missed by Amari Savage. Drive into the lane. Mark Christian with a nice layup, and just like that, Viera's lead is back to 11, 35-24. And these refs letting them play here in the first half on both sides. Seen very minimal shooting fouls, a lot of contact. Fadeaway shot by Savage. Does not take a Holy Trinity bounce. No good. Rebounded by William White for Viera. Under 10 seconds to go here in the first half. Now at 5. Plain drives through the lane. Kamar Plain through the hit. It's going to be a foul on the floor before the shot with 1.4 seconds to go. Viera will inbound. 3 fouls per team here in the second quarter.
All right.
.4 seconds to go. Viera to inbound, and we're going to get a timeout from Viera here to set up a play, most likely off the inbound from Coach Logan Keith. 30-second timeout here with 1.4 seconds to go in the second quarter here. I'd like to thank our sponsor there, the bottom of your screen, Uber Zadi, the best in speed training and athletic training around here in Brevard County. They've trained plenty of high-level athletes that have gone on to play at the next level and on Saturdays and Sundays in the professionals and in college. And everyone over there at Uber Zadi does a fantastic job. I know a lot of athletes here in Brevard County that use Uber Zadi and are pleased with the results. And if you are interested in Uber Zadi, you can call them at 518-647-8797 or at uberzadi.com. 1.4 seconds to go here in the first half. Viera will have the inbound and most likely the last shot of the half to try and extend their lead from 11 going into the break. The Hawks have controlled this game really since the first few minutes of the first quarter, and trying to keep that hot streak rolling as they'll come in off the inbound. Kamar Plain gets it high in the air. Shot doesn't go, no whistle, and we will head to halftime with the score staying how it is. 35-24, Viera with an impressive 11-point lead here heading into the break over Holy Trinity, looking to hand the Tigers their first loss in Brevard County since December of 2022, which they were the last team to win that game, trying to go to be the second team to go, or the first team to go back-to-back against Holy Trinity in quite a while, as the last 2 teams to beat them here in 2022 and now 2025. We'll take a break along with the players here at halftime, as our score is Viera 35, Holy Trinity 24. Welcome everybody back here to the Brevard Sports Network, and we apologize again for all the technical difficulties and trying to catch everyone up for anyone who missed it or didn't see what went on. First quarter, Viera led by 11, put up 22 points in the first quarter, came out hot by smothering defense and very fast tempo offense, a lot of points off turnovers and scoring well from beyond the arc. In the second quarter, it was all defense on both sides, a lot of takeaways, a lot of turnovers, some sloppy offense, but a lot of the time just very good defense in transition most times. That full court press from Viera and for Holy Trinity just trying to cut off cross-court plays, and they've been able to get a lot of steals just like that, and especially under the basket. But despite that, Viera's lead still at 11 here at halftime, 35-24. In their first matchup back in December, Holy Trinity was the winner by 9, and here at half, they're going to need quite the comeback as Viera leads by 11.
And again, look, if you Holy Trinity isn't necessarily playing bad defense. They're very frantic because they're trying to go at Viera's speed. And right now, Viera is turning this into a track meet. We're going to run, and we dare you to try to keep up with us. Holy Trinity, try to slow the game down. Play defense because they're not playing horrible defense. Try to slow the game down offensively, and crisp passes, high percentage shots, get the team momentum and confidence back. And I think we could be in for, a close second half.
Two of the best teams in Brevard. Holy Trinity has not lost to a Brevard County team since December of 2022, and they lost to a Viera Hawks squad. Trying to avoid dropping another one here in 2025. Quick play inside. Mark Christian, pump fake, and misses the drop-down dunk there. Tough empty possession to start for Viera with a good look. Michael Otero struggled in the first half, and this one of their leading scorers, Aaron Raines, kicks over wing three on the way. Money for Jalen Hall, and a nice start to the second half for Holy Trinity. They quickly cut that lead back down to 8, 35-27. Now Viera will bring it up once again. That is Kamar Plain. Gets it out to Aaron McGee. McGee spins inside. On his offhand there. Now it's to Plain on the wing. Flies through the lane all around the world. Layup doesn't go again. Otero tries to get the spin move. Flings the ball out of bounds. A lot of visible frustration there on the bench for Holy Trinity, as that's one you just got to control the basketball if you're going to make that kind of a move. Not acting like it's an easy move by any stretch, but don't want to turn it over there. Something Holy Trinity struggled with quite a bit. Fielder gets a push and a late whistle, but a charge called on Kamar Fielder as they really extended that arm and pushed off. And a turnover there for Viera. Another turnover here to start the second half. Aaron Raines has it for Holy Trinity. Raines steps up, has space. Decides to play it inside to Gaskins. Gaskins with some space as well. Tries to get it to the corner, and Cooper Keith is having none of it as he swats that one right back out of bounds. Right now it seems like Viera giving them some space offensively if they were to pull up from outside. Instead, they're going to drive in the lane, pass off the hands of Otero, and they're going to say it's deflected by Viera. It'll stay Holy Trinity ball. Michael Otero looking a little off right now. One of their best players, but hasn't had a lot of scoring going on tonight. Pass inside. Turnaround play by McMillan on the hook shot. Doesn't go. Rebounded going the other way with Mark Christian. Heave across the court to Keith. Spot up three. Pulls the trigger. Does not fall from outside. And kicks to Otero. Back on the wing to Aaron Raines. Raines to the corner. Three-pointer on the way. Off high on the backboard. No good on the shot by Jalen Hall. Student section let him hear it on the other end. Nice feed, but an awkward layup there by McGee won't fall. And now Holy Trinity trying to turn up the tempo. Otero backside pass. That's not tipped. That's another turnover for Michael Otero.
And right now, both teams kind of fumbling forward almost.
And here I wouldn't say we're seeing fantastic defense. There's a lot of sloppy basketball out of the half. Viera's lead is at 8. They still haven't scored in the second half. Aaron McGee looking to change it. He won't. And rebounded by Holy Trinity with Aaron Raines. And if the Tigers can keep stopping Viera from scoring, they just got to put up some points here, and they could be right back in this ball game. Raines, and he's going to be wrapped around and fouled there by McGee.
Jackson, you and I were talking at halftime. the referees almost seem to be bearing the whistle. Like, unless it's obvious like that, they're not calling anything.
Yeah, we've seen a few more whistles here in the second half. We'll see if they kind of change their pace. Sometimes you see that at all levels. They'll go a lot of, less whistles in the first half and kind of reflect and go back and call some more in the second. You always got to see rise up and jam by Caden Gaskins. Big momentum play there, and it's down to 6, the lead for Viera, 35-29. McGee, pump fake, swings it inside, back up top, Plain from 3 to respond, and he knocks it down. Net barely moves, and we're going to get a timeout from Holy Trinity. Coach Steve Henderson, as right after a big dunk, Viera puts up a 3, and they lead again by 9. Their first bucket of the second half comes almost 3 minutes into the second half, as the Hawks lead it 38-29. I'd like to continue a lot of our great sponsors. Now I'd like to thank Gamers R Us, one of the biggest sponsors of the Brevard Sports Network, and help bring us a lot of the playoff football games we were able to do in the month of November and December, and continuing to support the Brevard Sports Network. Seth and his crew over at Gamers R Us have all your needs for tabletop games, card games, any types of games you can think of up there on 801 Dixon Boulevard, Suite 1133 in Cocoa. And I highly encourage that everyone go check out Gamers R Us. Board games, tabletop games, Dungeons and Dragon type games, and card games as well. All their specialty over there at Gamers R Us. We get set to get back to play after the Holy Trinity timeout. The Tigers trailing by 9 midway through the third quarter. Heave up the floor, gets it in to Caden Gaskins. Pass inside, backdoor to Gaskins, fumbles it. They keep it in bounds. McMillan, nice feed. And the shot off the back of the rim won't go for Jalen Hall. Comes down hard. Gaskins with the offensive rebound. Turnaround play won't go. Rebound by Michael Otero. Backdoor to Gaskins off the glass. That won't go. Gaskins again won't go. Another time. Still no. 7th chance shot blocked. Viera finally gets the basketball, and he'll get a foul on Holy Trinity.
Great effort there by Gaskins. When coach says he wants maximum effort, that's 4 times he put up shots and 4 times he got his own rebound.
Got to make the bucket, Caleb. And
no, you do.
7 chances and no bucket. 7's a rough estimate, but I don't think I've ever seen a team have that many opportunities and not come up with points. And for the Tigers, that's been the problem in this game, is the inconsistent scoring. And I'll tell you what, the Viera student section is getting in Holy Trinity's head down low. And they're going to get a foul offensive on Kamar Plain. Holy Trinity's got to keep up the energy here. Big crowd on hand here at Viera. They're going to be loud. That student section, if you pan over there, they're pretty much on the floor. They're letting them be there. And no, not the case at some schools, but Viera has that space, so they can pretty much get right up in your grill there when you run down the floor. Holy Trinity's got to be able to handle that as well. Pass outside there to Jalen Hall. Corner 3 on the way. Off the top of the backboard for McMillan. And I'll tell you what, Holy Trinity has been very inconsistent in shooting tonight. Damian Carter with the ball now for Viera. Carter swings to Harris. Down low to Christian. Christian played tight by Gaskins. Great defense by Gaskins. They'll go right back down low to Christian. Gaskins not giving an inch. Turnaround play. That's going to be a foul on Gaskins that time. He had him bottled up, and then he stuck his chest out there and kind of bumped him off his balance. And no need to do that there. You keep your hands up. I think you have him in a good spot. If he makes it, it's just a good shot. But now Christian will have to make his free throws. Both teams have been good, not great at the free throw line tonight, and their minimal trips each. Halfway through the third quarter, 4 minutes down, 4 minutes to go. And Christian misses the first free throw.
Look, anyone who's listened to Allen, myself, or Jackson do basketball, what is the one thing we've always harped about in unison?
Making free throws.
Making the free throws.
It's nicknamed the charity stripe for a reason. It's a handout.
Yes.
Those are free points, free throws. Got to take them. 4 minutes to go again here in the third.
And we just mean Brevard County as a whole.
I mean, any level of basketball, you just got to make the free throws. Makes the second, puts them up by 10. 39-29. Quick run outside Otero 3. He needs one, won't get it there. Gets it back in the corner. Otero pass straight away to Brooks Harris. Another turnover for Holy Trinity. Wide open up ahead. Aaron McGee drops the hammer down on the fast break. And Viera leads by 12. Wow.
I mean, did you see him fly?
He's not a center, that's just vertical. Up ahead, Mitchell White through the contact, gets it to fall on the other end, a little less flashy, same amount of points though. 2 on each end, cuts it back to 10. 41-31, I don't know if I've seen a high school player get that sort of just, goodness gracious. Maybe since the days of an Ollie Pasquay type a few years ago.
There you go.
It's been a while.
Ollie Pasquay, I believe, still at Eastern Florida.
I think he may be at Eckerd this year. I have to double check that, but I think so. Former Satellite Scorpion I'm referring to there. But I mean, you see high school guys go for dunks kind of frequently in guys, but a lot of the time trying to show off, they may not even be able to dunk.
Right.
Consistently, that was with confidence. McGee knew he was going to knock that one down. Into the corner, three-pointer for Damian Carter. No good. Rebound by Amari Savage. Savage swings it over to Aaron Raines, puts up a running shot, no good. Rebound by Mark Christian. Back outside to McGee. McGee into the paint, kicks outside. Deep three-pointer for Brooks Harris. A little too deep, and Christian nearly had the rebound, chose to put it right back up and lost the handle on it. Now on the run, Holy Trinity with numbers, 5 on 4, no longer. Otero swings it to Aaron Raines. Viera's lead is 10. Over to Mitch White. Back to Raines from the top of the key, down low. Good back corner look. And a foul called there on Christian. Amari Savage will shoot 2, and that's the case there. I think in the first half, you won't see the whistle blown. I think it's a good foul call, don't get me wrong, but that's where you kind of see an adjustment from officials. I watch a lot of college basketball. I've seen it a lot there. Refs will be a little bit easier in the first half once they get a flow for how the teams will play each other, and then from there, I guess they call the game accordingly some of the time. Savage first shot is good for Holy Trinity, cuts it to 9. Checking in for Viera will be Alex Allis, coming in for Brooks Harris. Now, Holy Trinity's not out of this game. They just got to clean up turnovers because they're still scoring pretty well, playing good defense. I mean, Viera scored 22 points in the first quarter. Have only scored 19 in almost 2 quarters since. And Amari Savage knocks down both free throws, cuts it to 8. McGee driving, weaving through the defense into the corner. Open 3 by Keith. Will go from the corner. Cooper Keith extends Viera's lead right back to 11. Viera's lead right back to 11. It's 44-33. Great play there by Aaron McGee with the no-looker pass, knowing that he had Keith in the corner, faking the drive and getting it outside for the bucket from beyond the arc. Savage passes up the floor to Raines, and he steps out of bounds there. Turnover again for Holy Trinity.
Got to know where you are on the court in those pressure situations right there.
That's one where you're just trying to find space away from the press. Obviously, Viera's not guarding out of bounds, so just by instinct you try and run around the press, but there's nowhere to run on that side of the court.
And that was just a good job by Viera, using the sideline as that extra defender.
Well, that's the trap, too. You want them to come in the inside or pass the ball off, because if they come into the middle, you have 2 guys, 2 or 3 waiting there to trap him, and if he tries to pass it off, he got it all covered up. McGee on the run gets turned around there on the foul, and Aaron McGee will have 2 shots to come here for Viera with 1:51 to go in the third quarter. 44-33, Hawks lead. Trying to extend their lead here with at least one of the 2 free throws to have their biggest lead of the night, to exceed 11 here. McGee's first shot is no good. Checking in for Viera, Sal Parker will come in for Mark Christian. And checking in for Holy Trinity will be Caden Gaskins for Mitch White. McGee's second shot coming up here. And McGee goes 1 for 2 at the line. Viera's lead is 12. And we got another sub coming in here late for Holy Trinity. That will be Jalen Hall subbing in for Aaron Raines. Inbound here up to Hall. Tigers will run it. Hall is ahead of McGee, and they do break the press. Otero setting up top, makes a quick move, driving in the paint, layup on the way, no good again. Otero gets his own rebound, but he's standing on the home of the Hawks, warding there out of bounds. That's another miscue there from Holy Trinity. And Viera ball, Aaron McGee and Michael Otero have been one of their most consistent players, one of their leading scorers. Just has not been on his game tonight. McGee runs past him there into the paint. McGee, awkward play there, still gets it off, and the bucket falls that time for Alex Allis. And with a minute 20 to go in the third, Viera's lead is ballooned to 14. It's 47-33. Gaskins gets it away to Savage. Savage pull up two. It looks like right now Holy Trinity trying to shoot themselves out of a slump. Got to look for the best shot here. Hall up top. 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Three-pointer on the way. He's fouled. Nearly got a 4-point play. Fouled by McGee outside. 3 free throws coming up now for Jalen Hall, and a big 3 that they could be if Holy Trinity can have them. That was a good call. Contact there on the outside. Knocks Hall to the ground. Nearly had a 4-point play.
You know, and there Holy Trinity did a little bit of mixing the speed up. Started to slow it down, then immediately tried to turn up the speed. That draws the foul. And like you said, if they can hit all 3 of these, that's a big 3 to cut the lead back down.
Hall, a great free throw shooter, knocks down his first of 3. As I say that, I'll take credit for that one. Misses the second.
How dare you,
off the
Jackson?
broadcaster's curse of sorts. I'll tell you what, they say about that for kickers. I think I see broadcaster's curse by far the most on free throws.
Yep.
All the time.
I saw a clip.
I say that weird. So whenever I say it, I think about it as then he knocks down the third. So 2 for 3 at the line that time for Hall. 12-point lead for Viera. With under a minute to go in the third quarter, it's 47-35. White kicks on the wing to Keith. Over the top. Into the corner now. Olis swings it way up high there to Damian Carter. Guarded by Amari Savage. Now gets it. Nice pick play by Ryan Deerking. And a nice layup on the other end. That was just great anticipation. Lurks the pass. Cuts the lead back down to 10. With 30 seconds to go here now in the third. White spins off the defense. Keith in the corner 3. Got it! Another one for Cooper Keith. And Viera leads again by 13 with 20 seconds to go in the third. Up ahead to Deerking. Over to Otero. We'll see if Holy Trinity will save for last shot or if they're going to charge in now. And that one, anticipation on the other end. Damian Carter. And tries to finger roll it at the end. Doesn't take the easy layup. Back outside to Gaskins. 3 to shoot. Gaskins at the buzzer. Got it! And Gaskins knocks it down as the clock hits 0. This game not over yet, but Viera now 8 minutes away from being the first team to beat Holy Trinity since they themselves did it as a program in 2022 as the Hawks lead it 50-39 here as we will take a break heading into the fourth quarter. Welcome back here to Viera for the start of the fourth quarter. The Hawks have led almost wire to wire here against the Holy Trinity Tigers. Their lead to start the fourth is 11 at 50-39. Last time these two teams played in December, neither team eclipsed 50 points. Viera already has that, and they've just got to continue to play pressure defense and strong offense, and I don't know if Holy Trinity can make an 11-point comeback in 8 minutes.
But we have seen some crazy things on high school basketball courts. So
yes, we have, and Holy Trinity is a team that has pulled some of those. Michael Otero will bring it up here for Holy Trinity to start the fourth quarter. Viera leading by 11. Otero switches outside to Ryan Deerking. Deerking pull up 2 off the mark. Good rebound by Kamar Plain to start the fourth. And that's a big possession to start the fourth. Holy Trinity would love to score on. Outside 3 on the way. No good for Brooks Harris. Ball way up ahead. Plain tries to flip it back up the floor. And that's going to be Holy Trinity basketball as both players looked like they almost got a hand on it. Last touch by Viera. Ryan Deerking to inbound for Holy Trinity on the baseline. Otero takes it in now. Played up top to Jalen Hall. Hall, nice play, blocked by McGee. Aaron McGee having himself quite the night. gives him the mean mug after the block to make sure he knows who did it. 7:24 to go here in the game. Deer King back up top to Gaskin, swings to Otero. Otero press back outside, deep three by Hall. He's got it with confidence from deep. There is Jalen Hall. Cuts Viera's lead down to 8. Feels like 8 has been almost a threshold for Holy Trinity, though. They've gotten a 14-point lead down to 8, 11-point lead quickly down to 8. They haven't really got down lower than 8 in quite a while. We'll see if they can do it here in the fourth quarter. Kamar Plain, guarded by Amari Savage. Plain on the baseline, kicks it to Keith in the corner. Now to McGee, backdoor back to Plain. Spot up 2, won't fall. And that's going to be out of bounds right off of Gaskins. Viera basketball on the baseline. That's another thing here in the fourth, or really whenever you're trailing. If you're Holy Trinity, you've got to go get every defensive rebound that you can. If Viera misses a shot, there's no chance that you need to be giving them a second chance. And right there, Gaskin's trying to make the play, but just ends up swatting the ball out of bounds. Mid-box out. Harris looking to get it in. Gets it to Plain in the corner. If you're Viera, you can slow down the tempo, leading by 8. Outside 3. Big shot here, and it's money for Brooks Harris. And just like that, Viera goes right back ahead by 11. 53-42. Hall drives up, nearly pickpocketed. Swings it back to Aaron Raines. Raines batted away. Stolen by Aaron McGee. McGee crossing back and forth, spins inside. Doesn't get the layup to fall, but gets his own rebound in the putback. And that's back-to-back possessions. Viera has scored off a second chance opportunity. And they now lead again by 13. Hall, spot up 2 on the way, no good. Rebound by Viera. Tyler Armstrong brings in the rebound. Now Kamar Plain will bring it up for the Hawks. 6 minutes to go. They lead by 13. Corner 3 by McGee. And rims out. Armstrong gets another offensive rebound. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Another offensive rebound for Viera. 4 in a row and a foul. 2 shots that come from Mark Christian. And as I say, you can't give up any offensive rebounds. They've now given up 4. 2 shots to come for Christian.
It seems like almost every Hawk that goes to that corner here in this second half has been draining that three ball.
For Holy Trinity right now, just got a box out underneath the basket. Christian with 2 shots here. 5:47 to play. Misses the first. I think Christian's gone 1 for 2 on each of his trips to the line tonight. We'll see if he can keep that streak up here.
Aside from that, let's talk about the play of McGee tonight. McGee has shown out
been everywhere
in the first half, and then kind of reappearing here in the fourth quarter.
Christian knocks down the second once again. They lead by 14. And Jaden McMillan will check back in for Holy Trinity, in for Amari Savage. 5:47 to go, and I'll tell you what, a lot of these contests, regardless of winner in this series recently, have been close. So far in this one, Viera's had their way. Nice move by Otero in the lane. Crossover Otero, nice lay. Fantastic finesse there by Otero that whole possession to get the defense off of him. Cuts it back to 12, 56-44. Kamar Plain, step back 3. Oh, what a move by Plain, and he buries the 3. Viera leads by a game-high 15 points, 59-44. McMillan gets the inbound, gets it outside to Aaron Raines. Raines, pass back, no travel. Into the corner, Otero, 3's got to have it, he does. And here comes Michael Otero. Maybe finally heating up here tonight. 5 minutes to go in the game. 12-point lead for Viera. Field, bounce pass into the corner, pump fake. Double pump by McGee. Back to Field, inside, batted away and stolen by McMillan. Up ahead, layup through the contact is good for Aaron Raines. The lead back down to 10 for Viera with 4:45 to play. Aaron McGee across half court. Again, Viera, you can slow down the tempo. You have a double-digit lead still. The quicker possessions you have, if you don't score, can be hurtful. Field again, step back 3. He's on fire. Back-to-back 3s for Kamar Field. And Viera leads again by 13. Back outside to Otero. Pull up 3 of his own. Otero's on fire as well. 3-point contest being hosted here at Viera. Back-to-back. Coming up on 4 minutes to go, it's back to 10. Driving in the lane. Field backdoor pass to Christian. It won't go. Rebound by Gaskins. but the feed way too far in front, and it's stolen by Brooks Harris. That is a very costly turnover for Holy Trinity. They got to play press defense the rest of the way. And you're going to get a timeout here for Viera with 3:57 to go. The Hawks leading by 10, just looking to close it out. I'll tell you what, though, Holy Trinity's not going to go anywhere. They're going to have to earn their points. And Michael Otero has made his last 3 buckets. Their leading scorer was cold through the first part of this game, but a nice layup and back-to-back threes, and Michael Otero starting to get going as well. The Hawks are going to have to slow it down offensively and continue to force empty possessions on the other end. Look at Holy Trinity this year at 10-7. Their losses to Central Florida Christian Academy, Windermere Prep, Boone, Victory Christian, Foundation Academy, John Carroll Catholic, and Miami Central. For the Viera Hawks this season at 11-4, their only losses have come to Windermere, Colonial, Holy Trinity, and Montgomery Bell Academy. So neither of these teams have lost to a Brevard County team besides Viera's loss to Holy Trinity, which they're looking to avenge in the next 4 minutes if they can finish this one off like they've been playing since early in the first quarter.
And you know, you say Viera needs to slow the tempo down, but with that tempo, they're getting they're hitting those threes. So I mean, as long as you can keep, you know, draining those and at least hitting a shot on a possession.
That's one of those plays, though. If you're spotting up and hitting a 3, it's a great decision. If you miss, it's a terrible decision. That's one.
Yeah.
In the moment, you just got to decide at some point with a 10-point lead. They're going to be playing press defense the whole way. They're not going to give them open shots right now.
You're right.
At some point, even passing up open shots and just taking longer possessions.
Right.
Out more.
With there not being a shot clock in high school ball.
Kamar playing kicks to Aaron McGee. McGee, free throw line jumper, no good. Rebound going to Holy Trinity, and that's a great example of it. You take a quick possession and a miss. No time comes off the clock and no points go up. Holy Trinity nearly turns it over. Back to Gaskins, need to regroup. Corner 3 by Hall is short entirely. Hall back up top to Otero, stolen by William White. White does not have numbers, kicks back to McGee through a double. Ball hit by Otero but not blocked, and McGee puts him back up by 12. Pass inside, nearly stolen by Viera. Hard collision inside. Hawks defenders not down there. Big block by Christian. A very hard fall for Holy Trinity. 3-pointer misses, and we're going to get an injury timeout. A lot of hard plays right there, and that was not a good fall whatsoever.
No.
For Gaskins, and yeah, that is not good. A hard collision on one end for Viera and a very hard fall for Holy Trinity. Yeah. Scary, scary fall there for Gaskins.
Yeah.
Landed right on the top of his head there, and that's, I mean, he's 6'6", and he was up in the air, and that's a lot of height. And we saw a big hit on the other one with 2 Viera players
colliding them in midair.
In their head. I mean, I'm not going to overshadow great play by Mark Christian on this end for Viera because they were playing 4-on-5. Defense gets the swat, but hard play there. And Holy Trinity fans want a foul, and I'm not downplaying the injured player, but it's not a foul there. He jumped and landed on a Viera player who was standing there and kind of toppled over. Very glad to see him get up under his own power and walk off here, but you know, obviously I didn't get maybe not the best view of it, but I did not see a foul there. He came up and landed on the shoulders, basically, of a Viera defender.
He was setting himself up, I think, for an alley-oop, of course, and unfortunately it's just there was an awkward landing. There was nothing anybody could really do about it.
Because that's one, if the player jumps and knocks him out of the air, that's a difference. But I don't believe the player that made contact jumped. He was standing in the paint.
No. Like I said, it's just circumstance, and we hope he's okay.
The officials may be discussing that now. Again, I didn't get a perfect view of it from my vantage point. That's what it appeared to be. But again, we could see a change here. Caden Gaskins, luckily, and thankfully, has made his way over to the bench there. And you know, both Viera players that collided seem to be okay now. Both still on the floor, which is good for both teams as well there. And we're going to get a timeout from Holy Trinity here. With 3:05 to play, 12-point lead for the Viera Hawks still at this point in the game. Getting a chance to look back at it here on the replay of sorts to kind of assess my judgment. That is a hard one because I'll get Caleb's second opinion here.
Again,
you can kind of see this guy duck low.
But see, I don't know that he was ducking low too.
I don't think it was intentional, but
No.
I do think you should get a foul call on that because he comes in
but
and slides. He's moving.
To me, when reviewing the video, it just looked like he was more bracing himself.
It's not intent on a foul like that. It's contact on the move. He wasn't standing still. He was running down the floor and ended up sweeping the legs there. I think that could have been a foul call at the end of the day, but no intent there. He wasn't trying to knock him out anyway, but I do understand the Holy Trinity dismay there. Because while he's in motion, that is a foul at the end of the day, but it's a tough call to make in live play, and refs don't have a replay like we do. So
correct.
No critique to be made, but it's just a tight call.
I will say that's what I love about YouTube is even during a live broadcast, we can go back and give ourselves an instant replay so we can look at it.
Otero will inbound. Holy Trinity still with the basketball off the stoppage. Down low pass, double team. McMillan nearly gets it away, and the timeout gets off in time there by Coach Logan Keith. Nice play by Viera to get the timeout to hold possession with 2:59 to go, and that's going to go down as a turnover for Holy Trinity with under 3 minutes to go. As time quickly running out on the Tigers' comeback hopes here. Looking to avoid falling at 10-8 in their first loss to a Brevard County team in 2.5 years. Or just over 2 years, not a half yet. 2 years and a month. And that's a big player to lose as well for Holy Trinity. Their size down low. Caden Gaskin's been huge defensively, rebounding as well. And no player to lose is a good one to lose, but Gaskins at this point in the game, you got to see on your screen, Holy Trinity going to a very small ball lineup. I would say their tallest player out there is probably Mitch White at 6'2", and that's guard to small forward height. In maybe if you're a little stronger, a power forward in high school, but definitely not center height. And Mitch White's down there guarding Mark Christian, who clocks in at 6'7". So definitely going to be some size discrepancies here, and we'll see if Viera kind of acknowledges that and attacks it. So we get set back to play after the Viera timeout. 2:59 to play. The Hawks lead at 64-52. Tell you what, with the injuries and the two team timeouts, tempo of the game has slowed down here. Giving these teams, I guess, a chance to get some time to talk things over. Holy Trinity's going to need quite the comeback. 3 minutes, 12 points. And Gaskin's getting set to check back in the game for Holy Trinity. Great sight to see for the Tigers. Playing into the lane, layup goes. And Viera's lead is back at 14. It's 66-52. Pass over to Otero. Otero swings it over to Jalen Hall. Pass inside to Mitch White. White losing another steal for Viera. Open up ahead. McGee can't get it to go that time on the big dunk. And they get it in. Great play by White. McGee gets stripped underneath. It'll be Viera's ball. What a play there by William White, as everyone was kind of gawking at the missed dunk, including Holy Trinity players. That ball was still in play. Gaskins checks back in for Mitch White for Holy Trinity. 2:23 to play. Viera leads by 14.
But I can tell you what practice is going to be like for Coach Logan Keith and the Viera Hawks. Coach Logan Keith's going to be like, all right, listen, for every time you miss a dunk, there's going to be some repercussions.
White, step back two, off balance, hard shot, won't get it. Rebound by Holy Trinity and Michael Otero. And the Tigers are going to have to turn up the tempo here. Otero doubled, way up top, inside is Gaskins. Backdoor feed, nice play, and the finish by McMillan. Cuts it right back down to 12, 2 minutes to go. And the lead was the same it was at 3 minutes to go for Viera. Kamar Plain from half court. Plain pressed by Savage, corner by Keith. Not taking that one. McGee will take from three and buries it from outside. Viera leads by 15, 69-54. The Hawks just aren't missing right now. Otero in the paint, drives through, blocked by Christian. With a minute and a half to go, the Hawks looking in full control of this game. Amari Savage inbound. Holy Trinity's going to need some three-pointers and quick turnovers, have any chance to come back. 15 points in 90 seconds. Pass the Hall, corner. McMillan has to have it from 3. He will get it. Cuts it back to 12 with a minute and a half to go. Now Holy Trinity on the press. McGee gets by McMillan. Aaron McGee slows it, spins inside, gets stripped, goes all the way out to White. Now to Plain. Plain guarded by Savage. On the wing, Plain drives inside, kicks to McGee. The dagger, no good. And the rebound by Gaskins coming up on 1 minute to go. It's still a 12-point game. Gaskins kicks to Otero. Has men open, gets it to Hall. Hall with some distance in the corner. McMillan again. Drives, two-pointer, no good. And it's going to be Viera's ball, and maybe a missed foul call there. And that empty possession is probably going to be the last, I guess, the straw to break the back there for Holy Trinity on any sort of comeback attempt, as Viera in the last 52 seconds looking to cruise to their first win over Holy Trinity since 2022 when they were the last team to do it in this Brevard County. As there goes playing across half court, McGee backside, and he was going for a big jam there. He's blocked clean by Hall. At this point in the game, we love a good show-stopping dunk, but you could almost dribble it out at this point.
Yeah,
if you're not gonna foul.
Look,
That was almost a snatch block, too. And that one you could get injured. So we'll see if Viera continues to try and score here, leading by 12 with 39 seconds. Back up top to William White. Down low to Christian, going up for the shot. Gets it to go off the contact. Hawks aren't done scoring. They've crossed 70, 71-57 with under 30 seconds to play. I'm guessing Holy Trinity's not going to stop either. Otero,
nope.
Pass over the Hall. Through the lane, puts up a floater, no good. Rebound by Christian, way up ahead to McGee. Here we go again. Windmill dunk by McGee. Are you serious? Have you ever? 5 seconds to go. Deep three by Otero is blocked, and Viera has dethroned Holy Trinity for the first time since 2022 as they win it by 16 points at home in a big win over the Holy Trinity Tigers, 73-57.
Look, that was still an exciting game.
That was an incredible game, incredible performance by the Viera Hawks, offensively and defensively. Both teams played well. I mean, you still see Holy Trinity almost put up 60 points in high school, pretty solid, but 73 from Viera as they lead this one nearly wire to wire here at home. And the Tigers have been dethroned in the Countdown County once again by the Viera Hawks as Viera advances to 12-4. Watch out, the Hawks are poised to have a nice finish to the season. Holy Trinity falls to 10-8. They need to pick up some wins down the stretch to close out the season, but what a game for the Viera Hawks. I thank all of our great sponsors, Natwick Insurance, Zone 6 Reapers, Uber Zadi, Gamers R Us, Tales of the Markery, and all of our other great supporters on the Brevard Sports Network. And thanks everyone for tuning in and keeping up with us from Facebook to YouTube and everything. And we apologize for the difficulties, unfortunately completely out of our control tonight. Take those issues up with Mark Zuckerberg. And yeah, what a game. What a win for Viera at home, 73-57. Caleb, final thoughts?
Great game. I'm glad we were here to see it again. We battled. We battled like they did on the court. We battled with Facebook and jumped over to YouTube. Thank you all for joining us. And again, have a great night. And Jackson?
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow night here on the Brevard Sports Network. And as we're setting up,